Nice to see you. Look, I think a lot of people are still surprised to see you in a Chelsea top. Tell us just first off how the move came about.
The move came about, of course, like anything, as a person you always strive to, achieve stuff. I just felt, my time at City was getting limited on playing time for different reasons, and it was not one that I could afford to waste more time, because when I look back in the future, I never wanted to look back and see a rise and a decline. So my thing was I need to keep that same level, and a fresh challenge was to be made.
You won so much at City though. How difficult a decision was it, and what kind of conversations did you have with the club?
I said it's something that since 17, been regular starting, and then to get to I feel like a peak time in my career, not to be playing as regular was something that I wouldn't kind of accept, and my personality is to try and fight and change the scenario, but it couldn't come, and that was it.
And look, why Chelsea? I suppose is in Chelsea going through such a transformative period at the moment. Was that part of the attraction to come?
Yeah, at first, with the few other options I had, it was more one that tailor-made for my personal goals, family. I think it makes a lot of sense, and then of course with the club, the direction the club's going in, and you look at Chelsea in the last couple of years. I think it's 4 or 5 finals that they've been in. It's a team that shows that they're competing, and they're only going to get better. So for me, with the new ownership and the takeover, it made a lot of sense.
Okay, Ian.
Hi Raheem, how are you?
Hi,
Is it like coming home? I mean, you've been away from London for a long time now. Was that a big draw to come back to London?
Yeah, I feel like my full journey, going up to Liverpool, manifesting what I wanted, then going to City, living the dream, and then now coming back to London as a grown adult and kind of been in the football game a while, and kind of feel like I've got my head on my shoulders. I know exactly what I want from my life and football, so I think it's the perfect time to have a new challenge ahead of me.
Outlined that game time was a big thing about why you wanted to leave City and come to Chelsea. In terms of that wide or false nine, as we talked about, where do you think you're going to be playing most at Chelsea? Where would you like to play most?
As you all know, my position is mainly as a winger, but some of the times I enjoy floating about and getting on the ball, but I always judge myself on how effective I am on the game, so it depends where I'm going to be most effective. At the moment, last game against Everton played from the false nine position, and again, I'll be most happy where I can be effective and help my team.
And how much are you looking forward to your home debut on Sunday against Spurs? Your England captain, your good friend Harry Kane, up against you.
Yeah, it's as I said, it's a tough first couple of fixtures, and I think it's one that we can test ourselves for sure, and kind of put us on a good stead for the season.
Okay, Alex.
Hi Raheem, you mentioned game time as well as a reason to come here, but did you feel like you needed to move again to keep kicking on as a player? Like you say, you didn't want to plateau or decline.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a decline. As I said, with the game time, you've been limited with chances. So, like anything, I'm 27. I know my standards, and I know what I bring to a team, and I wouldn't accept anything less. So, yeah.
Coming in as a serial winner, do you feel a pressure to come here and deliver straight away?
No, I felt, as I said to you, pre-season was a up and down one in terms of results and what the manager wanted. But like anything, pre-season is not real. But we tried to build on that, and you can see from the short time that we came back at Cobham, the energy, the unity in the team. It's probably one that you guys always hear all the while, but when you can really feel that going into games, and I'm really optimistic being here, being in the building, seeing how the guys here work, and seeing how passionate the manager is. So yeah, it's one that I'm really optimistic about.
Callum Hudson-Odoi has spoken about how you come in and helping younger players already. Is that a newer role for you, coming in at 27 and winning the Premier League 4 times? Is that something you've always done?
No, I just think, and that's one of my traits where, I always, no matter how how old you are, or I always think it's always good to try and nurture younger people in whatever profession it is. And you don't want a hostile environment for them to come in. You always want it to be one that they feel like they can flourish. If I was young, when I was young, I had someone like Steven Gerrard around me to look up to as an example. Went to national team, he had his arm around me, so it makes you a lot more relaxed in the camp, so you can do your best. So that's what I ever try to do, is have jokes and laugh, but at the same time make sure people are getting the work done and feeling comfortable.
Moving on to Rahman, can we keep it 2 questions each as well for time purposes?
Yeah, Raheem, can I just take you back to Man City, because you played most games than any other player under Pep Guardiola and scored most goals. I think 131, only Aguero scored more. How difficult was it to make that decision to leave?
As I said, I think it was, of course, with the time that I spent at City, it's with a lot of memories, a lot of top moments. But I say the year and a bit that I was kind of in and out of the team, it taught me a lot about myself. It made me, value a lot of things and try to get things in order. And I said a lot of things happen for a reason, and I kept with that mentality. And it was difficult, of course. My kids go to school there. My son now missing his friends, but again, it's those things in life that you have to make a decision that's best for yourself and of course for your family.
Okay, Rags, ITV.
Raheem, welcome back to London. You grew up in West London. Does coming back here feel like coming home?
Yeah, of course. It does feel like coming home. As I said, it's been a long time, since 14, 15. I've been away from London. I hear people saying certain motorways, and I had to have a Scooby-Doo where they're telling me to go, but I'm hoping to learn it as I go along. As I say, I don't know much about my way around London, but it is home to me.
Sadly, only a few short years ago, 6 Chelsea fans were banned from the club because of the abuse they directed to you. Did that play on your mind at all in coming to Chelsea, and do you think it's changed?
No, that's the first time I've actually even remembered it. Actually, I seen a short thing about it yesterday, but it wasn't a thing that played on my mind at all. I can't let an incident from individuals change my perception on the club.
Okay, move on to Davide.
Yeah, hi, I'm Davide Chinellato with La Gazzetta in Italy. You said you want to improve, you said you want to get better. Have you set goals for yourself and for the team for this season?
As I said, I'm optimistic coming here in the first place. With myself, I always set myself goals, so yeah, I know what I want to achieve personally, but of course what I would like to achieve with the football club, which is the most important. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to Carrie, then finish with Nick.
Raheem, Gareth Southgate was with you at training yesterday, and of course with the World Cup booming, how nice is it to keep building connections with the Chelsea players here with the World Cup in mind, and how much did that shape your decision to come to Chelsea?
Yeah, as I said, knowing the boys from England, they're a really top bunch of lads, so it made the transition, as I said, coming here a lot smoother than if you were to go somewhere you don't know anyone. So I literally came in and fit right in, so it was a good transition.
What did Gareth have to say to you about your move here?
The conversation with him after training yesterday was brief, because I had to go into doping, so it was a quick one. I had to try and get it done.
Okay, Nick, to finish this section.
Raheem, you're obviously not at the age where you would have peaked yet in your career. It's still ahead of you, isn't it? So could we see your best football at Chelsea? I mean, it's exciting, isn't it? Like you said, you're coming back to London as a grown adult, and so put that together with your peak playing years ahead of you, it could be great.
Yeah, as I said, I'm excited. I'm excited by the opportunity. I've been given an opportunity again to come and showcase my talents. So it's one that I think now, growing up a bit in terms of off the field, inside the change room, and in around the football club, it's a developing side of me that I would like to see a lot more, and be more involved in things and decisions in the dressing room, just be more vocal, and trying to drive the team on.
And what did Thomas, the manager, say to you? Obviously, when you were talking about them sort of finalising the move and things, what did they sort of say were the reasons why they wanted to bring you here? Because obviously they were very keen. You were sort of the top target, if you like, from the start.
Yeah, I think it's what he said to me was just, you know, my directness, always threatening in behind to, you know, not always wanting it to feet, going in behind. But most importantly is how I attack the box, and you know, with the fullbacks that we have here, he said it, you know, it's one that he wants to see a lot more. So I think that was mainly the conversation.
Okay, cheers. Do the cameras off now.